Hello and welcome everyone. It is Wednesday, April 11th, 2018. New comic book day, best day of the week. Time for another new comic book haul video. There's some good books out this week. Surprisingly, I didn't think there was as many as there was going to be. A couple first appearances, there's an origin story, and there's a big surprise in a couple of books too. So we'll get into that in just a second. Before I do, I want to make sure I thank everybody that subscribed to my channel. Hit over 1,500 and I really appreciate it. I love being part of this community. I love all the comments from everybody, so thank you very much. I really appreciate it. And I forgot to do a shout out last week. This week I want to give a shout out to Comic Crypt of Castle Hills. I like his channel. He's got some good books on there. He gets some really good variants and stuff too, which I don't get. So there's a link below in my comments. Sub him up if you can, and yeah, Comic Crypt at Castle Hills. Check out his channel. So a couple of books from last week that I didn't show in my last video. These are ones I got at my second shop after I did my video. Got Venom #1. I got the C2E2 variant. I like that one's got Carnage and Venom on the front there. Got the 1 for $25 brick wall variant. That's another nice black cover. I like those. My Moon Girl 29 showed up last week, so I got a couple copies of that, and that series surprised the shit out of me. I really didn't think that would do anything, but hey, it's doing pretty well. G.I. Joe 250, I've got the 1 for $10 variant, so I like that one. I also got the 1 for $15 variant. That one's pretty cool as well. And my Xerxes, I couldn't remember the name. They could pick a longer name. Jesus. Anyways, Frank Miller's Xerxes showed up at my other shop, so I was able to grab that one too. I'm thinking his artwork is slipping a little bit, but I don't know. We'll see how it goes. And I mentioned this one in my last video. This is Wolverine 33. Gabby's first appearance was in All New Wolverine #2, and the price on that one's heating up quite a bit. But this one, I think, is her first appearance as the All New Wolverine. She's actually wearing, in this issue, she's wearing the suit. So that's Gabby right there. So I think that's her first, because this is in the future, so I think that's her first appearance as X-23. But, or because, well, she's Gabby's clone, so I'm not sure she's X-23 or what the hell she is, but I think that's her first appearance as that character. So that's a good one to get. I don't think the price is jumping on that, but you might want to grab that one. And I showed this one in my last video, Deathstroke #30 versus Batman. And I got the regular cover, and I picked up a bunch of the, I got 3 of the Matina variants. Gorgeous cover. Surprisingly, the price on this is really heating up. If you can find these at your shop this week, they're still on the shelf, I'd recommend you, A or B cover, I'd recommend you picking them up, because the 2 of them in Canadian dollars are about $25, $20 to $25 for the 2 of them. And it's not just that it's a good cover, it's actually, the story in this is really good. It's part 1 of 6. It's the lie that changes everything, and it's all about who's the father of Damien. Is it Batman? Is it Deathstroke? It looks like somebody's lied to them, and who is it that's brought them together? So it's actually pretty good. So I'd recommend that one. I would have recommended that last week, but I hadn't had a chance to read it. So that's a good one to get if you can find it. If it's still on the shelf, grab it. So that's it for last week. I'm going to start with some... Oh, actually, no, hang on one sec. One more thing I want to talk about from last week was Venomized #1. Now, a few sites have shown this, so this isn't... a lot of you may have already seen this, and probably if you read the book, you've seen it. Inside Venomized #1, there's this image of Spider-Man with the black suit, and that is basically an homage to Secret Wars #8, which technically was the first... issue, if you follow the story, where Spider-Man got the black suit. So that's Venomized #1. And the reason I'm showing that, because as you all know, there's the big, controversy about which is the first issue. Even though 252 came out in May of '84 and Secret Wars came out in December of '84, technically if you follow the storyline, Secret Wars 8 falls first. That's where he gets the suit. Then he comes back to Earth and in 252. But 252 is the first time that Peter Parker wears the black suit in Amazing Spider-Man. But the story is Secret Wars #8. Anyways, the reason I'm bringing all this up about the black suit, there's rumors that Peter Parker is going to wear the black suit in issue 800 of Amazing Spider-Man. And I actually think it's going to be in the next issue. And because right at the end of 798, it looks like Peter's surrendering to the Red Goblin, and he's burning his Spider-Man suit. So I think what's going to happen in 799 is that he's going to actually don the black suit in 799. That's just my guess. I could be totally wrong, but if you're not buying 799, I highly recommend you do. I'm sure most of you are, just because of this whole storyline, but just wanted to throw that out there because I think there's a lot more going on in this whole arc. A lot of people are focused on just the Red Goblin. I think there's a lot of other stuff going on that is going to show up that people aren't ready for. So, anyways, image titles. I got Versus number 3. I got I think this is the regular cover, and then I also got the wraparound variant. There's a third one which I didn't get, so I just got those two. Oblivion Song number 2 was out this week. Grabbed that one. I read the first one. It was okay, but I don't know. I'll give it a couple more to see how it goes. But I don't know. It was all right. Gideon Falls number 2. I really liked the first one. I know some people didn't. I really did. It's kind of a mystery, thriller, horror kind of thing all combined, and I really like it. I think it's good. I like where that's going. So that one was out. Crude number 1 was out. Grabbed that one. And I also grabbed the Dead Hand number 1. That's another one of those. I think this is like an ex-KGB killer or something, and he gets sucked back in. I'm not sure, but it looks pretty good. I read the previews on it. Next up, we've got some DC. A couple of good DC books out this week. So we got Detective Comics 978. Got the regular and the variant for that. Got Flash number 44. Got the regular and the variant for that one. And I know I mentioned a few times, 46 is the start of that whole Flash War story arc. So make sure you get that one because that looks really good. Picked up Justice. I don't buy Justice League of America, but this is a Matina cover, and it's a gorgeous cover. I only picked up, it's number 28. I only grabbed the cover. I recommend you pick that one up if you can find it. That is a really nice cover, and that's the price is jumping up on that one. Sideways number 3. Now this one is not quite an honorable mention, but I really like this series. It surprised me because I really didn't think I'd like it. You've got a new character. This is Kill Speed, first appearance in this book. Issue 1 and 2 had the first appearance of that Fugano, who was the guardian of time and space. So you got her showing up, and then you also get the origin of Sideways in this issue, at the back of this issue, and it ties into the whole Dark Knight's storyline, so that's a good one to get. And this one is an honorable mention. This is Immortal Men number 1. So you've got the 4 Immortal Men on the cover. They all made a first appearance in The Forge, Dark Days of Forge, number 1. Or just a one-shot. But there is a first appearance, couple first appearances. So you got this Caden Park. He's a kid who's well, not a kid. He's like I guess late teens kind of thing, early 20s. This guy here, he's having all these visions of this other world and whatnot. And then you got this guy called The Hunt. He shows up and he's killing all these people. He's basically hunting the immortals. And then you've got the first appearance of the Infinite Woman. And the Infinite Woman is the unknown sister of the Infinite Man. And the Infinite Man was a fragment of Highfather. So that would make her a fragment of Highfather. And if you don't know who Highfather is, I'm sure you do. But if you don't, he was part of Jack Kirby's New Gods and Fourth World and all that kind of stuff. So that's, to me, that is an important first appearance in that. And then on the same page as she shows up, right at the bottom, you got the Batman Who Laughs shows up. And the very next page, there's the Batman Who Laughs. So he survived Metal number 6. There was no way he wasn't going to survive. So you've got the Batman Who Laughs and all his evil Robins. And so he's now tied into the Immortal Men storyline. So yeah, that's a really good book. I thoroughly enjoyed this book. I did not think I was going to, but man, it was good. And apparently Batman Who Laughs is going to be on the cover of Immortal Men number 3. So I recommend you get this Immortal Men on your pull list. Surprisingly, it's got some good first appearances. This one, I think, has flown under the radar. Not many people are talking about it, and I don't think, they're just sitting on the shelf. It's only a $2.99 cover price, too, so definitely grab that one. That's an honorable mention this week for sure. So that's it for DC. Only grabbed one second print this week, was Spider-Man 234. That's that Sinister Six storyline. A few books from Marvel. They got the new Domino #1 was out. I only grabbed the one, the regular cover. I wasn't too interested in grabbing all the variants. There's about a bazillion variants for that. Scarlet Spider #17, Damnation crossover, got that. Doctor Strange 3D8, again that Damnation, I got the regular and the variant. I'm liking that whole Damnation storyline, it's good. Old Man Logan #38, that whole moving target storyline. Got the Kingpin on the cover, and then you got this wicked, I love that cover. You got Punisher and Venom on the cover there. You got kind of the orange, the reflection from the fire in the background. It looks so cool. That's a nice looking cover. Love those black covers when they do a nice job on them. Captain America #17 or 17, #700 was out. I grabbed the regular and one variant. There's a million variants for this as well, and I only grabbed it because it's a landmark issue. I'm not a big Captain America fan, but I don't know, I grabbed that one. This one, again, X-Men Red, I'm not buying the series, but I really like this Lee and Yuck, and that's one of his, he did the variant for that one. He also did, if I remember right, he did one of the covers for Iron Man Hong Kong, and that's a nice looking cover, so I grabbed that one. And I also got the Young Guns variant for that one as well. Venomized #2 was out. Got regular and the variant for that one, as well as the one for 25 for that one as well. So grab that one. I'm just going to move some of these out of here before I get going on my next batch. Only a couple more to go. Got Avengers 688. I'm really liking the storyline. There's something happening in every book. And in this one here, there's no major storylines, but there is a pretty cool reveal in this. We've known the Challenger. He's been called the Challenger all the way through. And I mentioned a while back in one of my videos that he's one of the Marvel's elders of the universe. And he was originally called the Grandmaster. Endwegast and the Challenger got into a challenge, and the Challenger lost, so he was banished. Endwegast took over the Grandmaster moniker. Then you had the Collector, and you had Ego the Living Planet, and there's a couple other ones. But in this one, he's talking to everybody on Earth, and he calls himself Grandmaster Prime. So now he's called the Grandmaster Prime. So that's to me, that's a key, kind of a key storyline right there. And it's all about him fighting the Avengers and whatnot, and at the end the Avengers assemble to fight him. So it's kind of coming to its close here, but that's a good one to get. I recommend you get that one. A lot of you are probably buying this Avengers No Surrender. I've been buying it all the way through, and I'm really liking it. So my pick of the week this week is Thanos #18. That is the conclusion to Donny Cates' Thanos run, and Thanos is that's the last issue in the Thanos series. They'll probably relaunch it again at some point, but that's the conclusion. That Thanos wins. I'm not going to show you what happens in it. You got to read it. It's good. So yeah, that is my pick of the week. This whole run this is one of those runs. This Thanos wins run is, 10, 20 years from now, you're going to look back and go, man, that was a good series. That's just one of those ones you'll remember. Trust me. So coming up down the road, you've got talking about Thanos, there's a Thanos Annual #1. I mentioned that a few times. That comes out in 2 weeks on the 25th, so make sure you get that, because that's a tie-in to this series with the Cosmic Ghost Rider, and it will explain all of Thanos's kind of his exploits over the years, as well as that Cosmic Ghost Rider miniseries. That comes out, I believe, in June, so look for that one. The Thanos, there's a trade paperback that was just announced, so that will cover issues 13 to 18, this one, plus the annual, and that comes out, I think, in June. I don't have a date for that, but that'll be a good one. And I can't stress enough, get Venom #1, the relaunch with Donny Cates writing. Comes out May 9th. That's not that far away. That's only 3 weeks away. Make sure that's on your pull list, because you're definitely going to want that one. Next week, Action 1000. That comes out, but just be really careful with that one. I saw the other day that the print run on that is 500,000. So, I mean, they printed the shit out of that. And those books are going to be cool to have in your collection, but don't load up on them thinking you're going to be able to retire off your earnings, because you won't. They're not going to be worth much more than cover price 10 years from now, but they are going to be cool books to have. So next week, Batman 45, the cover B is a Jim Lee cover. Mr. Miracle number 8 is out next week, and that looks really good. And then also, I just saw that Mr. Miracle number 10 has a Dark Side cover. It's a black cover with Dark Side. It looks awesome. So if you're buying Mr. Miracle, you might want to load up, get an extra copy of number 10, or if you're not, maybe pick up a copy of number 10, because just the cover alone is worth buying. I got something else I want to talk about. Yeah, there was DuckTales number 8. There's a 1 for 10 incentive. I'm going to put an image on the screen because I didn't buy that one. If you find that one sitting around at your comic shop, pick it up, because the price seems to be heating up on that one. I'm not sure why. I'm not a big DuckTales fan, but anyways, that's one that looks really good. So that's it for this week, folks. I will talk to you next week, and have a good week. Take care, everybody. Bye for now.